right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome, for those who are new, to our Aldine ISD Middle School One Act Play Contest. We are getting ready to have our second school present. And so for a couple of housekeeping rules, please do the copyright laws. There's no photography or video. However, this particular piece was written by the director, and so he will be recording his piece. All right, if you leave the theater during the show and wish to return, there is no late seating, okay? So once the house door is closed, it will go ahead and be closed. Food and drinks are not allowed inside the auditorium. Please turn off all cell phones, pagers, and wrist alarms for those of you with those fancy iPhone watches. The content of the play performed in this venue, including the language, direction, and or action of the characters, has been approved by the administration of the representative school district and determined that the administrator has met the acceptable standards of the community. All right, so now we have our second show. And our second show will be presented by Lewis Middle School, and they will be presenting Fractured Fairy Tale Radio Hour by John Barton.
Welcome to Fractured Fairy Tale Radio. I'm your host, and today's program will be a great one, folks. 3 outstanding tales of what happens when your favorite story gets a little fractured. Our first tale seems simple enough. What is it? Here's Goldilocks and the 3 bears.
Once upon a time, there were 3 bears who lived in a nice home in a nice neighborhood. There was a Papa Bear,
Hello.
a Mama Bear,
Hi there.
and a Baby Bear.
I'm only 3 years old, which in human years makes me at least 12.
The bear family was getting ready for their Sunday afternoon. It was a great day, and so Papa Bear went and got them some snacks. For the big game, they were to watch on the TV.
Nacho Bell Grande from Taco Bell. Oh my, he's about to hot to eat right now. We better let it cool off, but I'm hungry now. Mama Bear is right. I have an idea. Let's go out for a show. It's gonna be a while before the football game. Let's go to the park and toss the ball all around it. That sounds fun, but I'm still hungry. If you're good, get some money for a snack. Oh boy.
So the bear family grabbed a football and walked it down to the park. When out of the sun, out of nowhere, come a very sus girl. Even her eyes and great in her heart.
Hey, I'm right here.
I didn't write this stuff. Anyhow, she might look sweet and innocent, folks, but she's bad news. The one and only Goldilocks.
Man, I'm sure I'm hungry. It's been a whole 2 hours since I had breakfast.
So with every empty stomach, Goldie, can I call you Goldie? Well, she comes across the bear house.
This is a swell place. I think I'm just gonna have to let myself into the door. Locked? Well, I know how to deal with that. Ow! Ow!
Maybe you should protect the door.
Maybe you should tell me what to do.
After finding the door to be too tough, Goldie tries another approach.
Have that window I can break in.
So funny and rock and checking into the window, Goldie unlocks the window and climbs in.
Oof, that was higher than I thought.
And once in, she caught a whiff of those delicious nachos.
I smell Nacho Bell Grande.
And so she went to eat the nachos. But the first one was too hot.
I'm pretty sure they know how this part goes. One is too hot, one is too cold. But the last one is just right.
Hey, I get paid by the word.
No, actually, all 3 nachos were cold now. Stop popping them in the microwave for a minute.
What? This is how it goes.
There's some good nachos.
Goldie, you're messing up my script.
I don't care. The girls gotta eat. But man, that was filling. I need a nap. Let's see what else is in this house.
So Goldie starts to go through the house, knocking things over and causing a general menace.
Well, these guys are a bunch of junk. Nothing really nice I can sell upon them.
Didn't you say you need a nap?
Good point. Let's take a look at these recliners. The first one is way too thick. The second one is way too soft. But this little right here is just...
Well, what Goldie didn't realize is that when she brought into the house. The very silent alarm went off and security cameras caught her every move.
I'll get a message on my phone. Oh no, there's someone in our house. I'm calling the cops. What's the emergency? I got a message showing that someone has broken into my house. No. Where is it? He's still in here. What is your address and send a cruiser there as soon as possible? I live at 90210 Bay Street. Please tell me that I'll be on this day. It could be about 15 minutes. I can't wait for that. They might steal everything I work hard for.
So Red said Papa Red goes home with his family not far behind. Let's look at the police route. For his 17 tall, brindley everywhere, Bear gets to Goldie. Lucky for Goldie that whole post route right before Papa Bear did.
This is the police. Come out with your hands up.
What's going on?
There you are, you gold-digging thief.
Ah, there!
You have to right to remain silent. Anything you say and will be used against you in the court of law. You have to authority if you cannot afford them. It will be provided for you. Do you understand these rights?
Yeah, just get me away from this grizzly bear.
Take her away, boys. Oh, yeah.
And that was the last we heard of Goldie. She's now serving 5 to 10 years for breaking and entering and larceny and actually enjoying nachos very grande.
Well, that was unexpected. But seriously, you probably shouldn't break into someone's house and eat their stuff. Unless you want to be on the 6 o'clock news, let's now listen to that exciting coming of age, the story of the 3 little pigs.
Once upon a time, there was an old mother pig who had 3 little piglets. And when they were old enough, she kicked them out of the house and told them to get a job in their own place.
Go on, get a job and don't let the door hit you on the way out.
The 3 pigs tried to get an apartment together, but since they were pigs, no one was willing to rent to them.
Are you kidding? You guys are such pigs. Leaving messes everywhere? You go.
So they decided that they need to build themselves houses.
Well, guys, I guess we're just going to have to build our own places to stay.
The first little pig was very mobility. He didn't want to spend a lot of money at all, and he built his house out of bales of hay.
Man, it's just easier to step into bells of hay. No need for two by fours plywood.
The second little pig was concerned about using hay, so he had a real shady guy to build his house for cheap.
I'm not sure the hay makes a good building material, but I do like how cheap it is. Maybe I need to get some help.
Hey man, got some spare change?
No, can you want a job?
The third little pig knew that real estate was a valuable asset and would appreciate its value over the years. So he was very available to convince a bank to give him 30-year loan, which was done for the bank since the average lifespan of a pig was only 10 years. Anyway,
Well, Mr. Pig, everything seems in order. We'll just need your signature.
Sure, no problemo.
here a reputed contractor with a lot of references and years of experience. It was a great house, completed with a fireplace, outdoor kitchen, and pool. It was completely overkill for the neighborhood, thought so that the tourist and visitors may not have been worth the lot.
Okay, Mr. Pig, your house is complete. It's under budget and on time because obviously this is a fairy tale.
The next day, a wolf happened to pass by and saw the house made of bales of hay. He saw the fat pig inside and got pretty hungry, so he knocked on the door and said,
Little pig, let me in.
but the little pig saw the wolf and knew that he was in trouble, so he answered back.
Not about the hair on my chin, chin, chin.
Then the wolf showed his teeth and said,
Then I'll huff, then I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in.
the wolf didn't remember that a house like that would not pass a building inspection because of how flammable it was. And he also remembered that he loved smoking ham, so he simply got some lighter fluid and had himself a barbecue. And the little pig was never seen again. The fire inspector wrote that it was probably an electrical short that burned down the house.
Well, from what I can tell, there's some faulty wires and radio that must have started the fire.
Seriously, how did this ever pass building inspection?
The next day, the wolf continued down the lane, and he passed by the second house with another tasty pig. So he knocked on the door and said,
Little pig, let me in.
but the little pig saw the wolf pointing ears through the keyhole, and he answered it back.
Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin.
So the wolf showed his teeth by smiling and said,
Hey, I was just admiring your house. I was looking to build a neighborhood, but I know it's kind of expensive.
Oh man, I got such a great deal on this house. I know a guy who hooked me up. Let me find you his phone number.
Then the wolf realized that it was his cousin Frankie who built the house, and he knew that Frankie never did a good job at anything, sure enough. He didn't want the wolf installed on the front of the door, right? So with his little shove, the door flew open, and there stood the little pig holding his cell phone about to give the phone number to the wolf. He quickly called his brother, but he never got a hold of him because, well, was going to.
Excuse me.
The police filed this one under breaking and entering, but did not suspect any foul play because there wasn't a trace of the little pig left.
Another day, another breaking and entering doesn't look like anything was taken. Unfortunately, like this happened.
The police never seemed to catch the perpetrators of these kind of crimes.
I guess it's another unsolved mystery.
The next day, the wolf was hungry again, and he came into this really nice house down the road. It was a two-story brick house with a nice landscaping, two-car garage, two in the back, of the kitchen, everything that we could want.
Man, this is a real nice house. Must have cost a fortune.
And just his luck, he saw dinner inside at the last of the Pig brothers was playing Call of Duty.
I hate you, Master 69.
The wolf thought for a moment. He looked at the house. Had to think fast because he wasn't going to be able to break into this place easily. So he devised a cunning plan. The wolf knocked on the door and said,
Little pig, let me in. Pizza delivery.
but the little pig saw the wolf through the keyhole and knew there was no pizza. And he knew that his two brothers had disappeared. It wasn't going to take any chances.
I'm on to you, Wolf. You better get out of here before I call the cops.
That made the wolf get real mad, and he showed his teeth and said,
Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in.
well, he have it, and he puffed it, but seriously, it's a big house. Building code requires is to be able to stand a concrete hurricane. And there was no way that the man said the wolf could get in that kind of force.
I know, right? What was I thinking?
So he decided to try to kick in the door.
Hiya!
The little pig called 911 and said there was an intruder.
911, what's your emergency?
I got a big bad wolf trying to break into my house. I need help.
Okay, I need you to remain calm. Please give me your address.
I'm at 123 Fake Street.
Oh, you need a third brick house with nice landscaping, two-car garage, four in the back, everything I got.
A little buggy's here. I've got a wolf trying to eat me.
I'm sorry, if you use the office for about 20 minutes to move to that location, you might want to make a report.
I'm a pig. We're not built for speed, you know.
So the little piggy did what he had to do. He grabbed his Nimitz double broomstick of the fireplace man.
Yo, wolf face, let's go.
The wolf rushed through the front door with a hammer or pork, chops, and bacon, and nugget at the piggy. Good thing Kippy kept a small cup of shells plotted for justification.
Say hello to my new friend.
When the police finally showed up, it was a cut and dry case of self-defense from a home intruder.
It was only a matter of time before somebody would have gotten in.
The piggy was true was stuck off as a hill by the rest of the neighborhood because they all know that the wolf was up to no good, and we're afraid they will be next. And the pig keeps a smart remainder of his brothers by keeping a wolf skin rug in his living room. And the moral of the story is...
Don't mess with a pig who got a boomstick.
Well, that was an interesting twist of events, and now let's explore what exactly happens when a hero isn't the hero you might think they might be. Here's the trial of Jack Beanstalk.
All rise, Honorable Judge. Harry Anderson, recite.
Thank you, Your Majesty. The prosecution will make opening statements.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, it is reported that you only look to the evidence presented before and not to the praise of the defendant. In the end of this trial, you will not doubly see that the defendant, also known as a beanstalk, is a professional thief, a cold murder.
Defense counsel, we make your opening statements. Thank you, Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. I'd like to introduce you to my client, Jack Beanstalk. The prosecution would like for you to believe that he's a cold-hearted murderer. In fact, for you to hold my client guilty, they must prove that fact beyond a shadow of a doubt. However, we believe the evidence will show that Jack Beanstalk was a kind and loving man, intent on saving his mother from the ravages of hunger, and a man forced to protect his mother and himself from the uncontrollable rages of Jack whose grief terrorized their home. In that grief, he would present you the true reason for his downfall. If you excuse the pun. Thank you. The prosecution would like to call the first witness.
Yes, Your Honor. The prosecutor calls Bob made to stand. Bob, will you please tell me how you know the defendant?
Yes, I met Jack on the way to the market, where he saw me a detective guy.
Objection, Your Honor.
Your Honor, the witness is testifying about the character of the defendant and the fact that he sold him an old cow will pass for milking days.
Overruled. Proceed.
Well, I brought the cow. Sure enough, once I got her home, she wasn't able to produce any milk.
Your witness.
Mr. Smith, why were you on the way to the market?
I was looking for a
Do
cow.
you know much about cows?
Well, no.
Mr. Smith, the reason why you cannot get milk from the animal is it is a bull, not a cow. That was not responsible for you not knowing the difference between a cow and a bull. Furthermore, how did you pay for that transaction?
Well, I gave him 5 for it.
By what, Mr. Smith?
Well,
May I remind you that you're under oath?
I gave him 5 beans, but they were magical beans.
Yes, 5 beans. But did you know they were magic to begin with?
No.
So you're attempting to buy a cow from a young man for the single price of 5 plain beans. Who's trying to swindle who here?
Objection.
Overruled. You open the door, counsel. Proceed. In fact, this entire situation would have never occurred if you sold those beans, correct?
Well, I guess so.
No further questions, Your Honor.
The person calls Doris Sewell to stand. Miss Sewell, can you please tell me the cordial relationship to the decided?
I was his wife.
And how do you know the defendant?
He came to my house one day. He said he was hungry, so I gave him some food and water.
So you invited him into your home?
Well, yes. He just wanted me to eat him. So he really knows me about it.
And your husband knew about that?
Well, not at first. Since he was small, he hadn't really ate it. And my husband doesn't like visitors.
And what else did Jack do?
Well, I think he's like some African wrong. Stay.
Let me rephrase that. When Jack is going to visit, do you notice anything different?
Yes, sometimes the Lord is very.
I see. Do you believe that Jack was a possession of those items?
Yes.
Your witness.
Miss Sewell, I guess you don't get any visitors in the castle. No, I do not. So me and Jack is cleaning for you, correct? Yes, it was. You get lonely, Miss Sewell? Very. My husband usually was gone all day long, so I really got any comfort at all. Was Jack free towards you? Yes, he was quite charming. all know that he never too lonely. That's true. When he was home, did he talk to you much? Spend time with you?
Well, no, he spent more of his time counting his gold and listening to his harp.
I see. Did you like when your husband would listen to the harp?
No, I didn't. Also, I focused on when he got home.
Do you like Jack?
Yes, I do very much.
Why is that?
Well, he was interesting to talk to. He seemed very engaging with me.
Isn't it true when your husband found that paid so much attention to, you wanted to get rid of it?
Well, I
When
guess.
you're not around you, then you're under oath.
Yes, I hated the harp. It would only play songs with me.
Did you in fact give that Jack as a gift? Yes, you?
Yes, I gave him the harp.
And what about the hen and the gold coins?
I did, and it was because Jack was using me.
I'm sorry, Miss Will. Can you clarify that?
Jack and I were having a romantic relationship.
Miss Will, even though Jack is over 18, isn't the idea of a giant human relationship a bit odd?
It didn't matter. He paid attention to me.
And that's why you chased Jack out of the castle and found him on the beanstalk?
Yes,
And what did your husband say he was going to do to Jack?
grind him close.
A bit terrifying, I would say so. And how often did your husband make this threat?
I'm not sure.
In this workplace report, you say that happened on no less than 3 occasions. His exact quote according to was, "Be, five, vote, vote, I smoke, let me Englishman, be he alive or be he dead. I write his notes to make my right." Is this true?
Yes.
So when your husband discovered that he chased him out of the castle, what do you have to say that your husband will make good on his promise?
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor. You know the question?
Does the prosecution have any more witness?
Only one, Your Honor. The prosecution would like to call Jack to stand. Jack, we all know the story that is told, but we don't haven't heard is the truth from your perspective. There was been a lot of conjure about your government. What do you not tell us in your own words what happened?
Well, where should I start?
Let's talk about the island you took from the castle.
Okay, all those things were given to me.
Oh yes, that's right. These were gifts that were given to you from the wife of the man you killed.
First of all, I was a self-defense man. I mean, how would you react if a 10-foot tall giant started to chase after you? And yes, Doris gave me all those things.
So she just gave it to you.
What, is there an echo? Yes, she gave it to me. I'm innocent. I just want to tell my poor mother.
Jack, you seem like a man who's very sure of himself.
You gotta be out there in the fairy tale world. People are always trying to take advantage of you, like trying to buy a bowl for some beans.
Yes, always trying to put a fast one on you. I see. So how does a man like your children survive?
Well, you gotta be smart. Think a couple steps ahead of you. If someone tries to take advantage of you, you just gotta be prepared.
Is that so? Like the way you took advantage of his kindness.
No, you got me all wrong there. This is a setup.
Objection, badgering the witness.
Just you said I'm Mizuo.
Sustained.
I said all here that needs to be said. Your witness.
Jack, did you intend for the giant to die?
No, man. He was running at me at full force. I just wanted to stop him from reaching down to earth. I never wanted him to die, but I wasn't about to take any chances either. That's why I dropped down the beanstalk. I didn't want him to fall.
So this was a clear case of self-defense.
Yeah, exactly. I never knew he was already on that beanstalk. And even if he was, I wasn't going to let him catch me and turn me into bread dough or whatever, man.
Your Honor, no further questions. Very well, closing arguments for the prosecution.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you have heard evidence here today of a lying to audience who took advantage of an ignorant man with his beans. Then a desperate lonely woman who said in himself that he thinks a couple of steps ahead and planning all of this at once. He knew that the layout of the castle, his casual attitude about the whole trial leads to only one conclusion. Jack is guilty of thief and a murder.
Defense, your closing arguments?
Thank you, Your Honor. Today you heard a tragic tale about an angry, abusive husband who was extremely jealous and physical violence to Jack. Diamonds in Jack's possession weren't stolen, they were gifts. Because of Jack's kindness, showed a poor abused wife, feared any of us would have done. It is clear self-defense. The prosecution has not met its burden of establishing the element of murder. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, let's close the book on a tragedy here today and find my client, Jack, not guilty.
Very well, jury, you have been instructed to retire until you have made a conclusion, in which we will reconvene. Until then, I call this trial in recess. All rise.
Well, what a cliffhanger. Will the jury find Jack guilty? What was the real relationship between Jack and the giant's wife? And what happened to all of those gold coins? Tune in next week for the exciting conclusion to this one, folks. You won't want to miss it. This has been Fractured Fairy Tale Radio.